To all who come to this happy place,
Burn it down!
Disneyland is your land.
Burn it down!
What's up, guys? What an intro. How's everyone doing? We
That
are glad
intro's
you're
dope.
here. for
That
the
is
Mad
phenomenal.
Tea Party. David, Sam, how are you guys?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic. Is it Monday? It feels like a double Monday day. But I'm doing good. I'm excited to do a show. So let's do this. I've been itching to like voice my opinions on stuff and rub some people the wrong way and challenge Sam and all kinds of fun stuff and prove Lou that never mind. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're here. Sam, we've hung out for the last 4 hours, it feels like. How are you doing tonight?
I miss you so much, Lewis.
Okay, you had to make it awkward and weird. You had to go there.
No,
man.
honestly, no. I'm having a good night. But the reason I was laughing so hard when we joined is because I was just drinking my water and I spilled it all over my shirt. So I'm currently soaked, but it's great. Yeah, Bobby, that song was great.
So,
Amanda, long time no see. Hi.
so Bobby puts that on there, and that's my brother who works with me here. And he's working the entire time I was creating that video. So he heard that song back to back. And on the way home, he said, if I hear that song one more time. So
I do. I just dumped my water all over me. So the first Avenger is now a wet Avenger.
ooh. There we
Well,
go. Captain
Disney
Wet
start.
Rogers.
We're gonna have to start charging you guys for admission here.
Yep. Dark Marvel.
Hi,
Oh
Jessica.
man. Well, let's get into some over under just right.
Oh my!
Obviously,
favorite.
there's a lot of topics about live actions, and we've talked about live actions before, but I wanted to go down the rabbit hole of some live action remakes, and these are only.
Oh, wait. Sean said play the intro again. I missed it. And you know what? There was only one person here when the intro played. Can we play it one more time? Because you put so much effort into it.
Absolutely. Here
Let's watch
we
it.
go. This is for Bobby.
To all who come to this happy place,
Burn it down!
Disneyland is your land.
Burn it down!
Hello and welcome. No, I'm just kidding. How's everyone doing?
There you
Oh,
go. That was
nice.
our
Yes,
recap.
play
That was
it
just for you,
twice.
Bobby. Just for
Love
Bobby.
it.
Dude, Lou, you kicked ass on that intro. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. That was dope.
I can only take so much verbal abuse that the Mad Tea Party's not undisputed. So, like, I came back with a vengeance on that one. I was like, all right, we're going to do exactly how we would envision it. And went all out. I mean, you got Chapek with the devil eyes. You got King Iger with his crown. You got DeSantis who doesn't see magic. And, well, I mean, all in all, you got our angry looking faces.
See,
Which was very
After-
unnatural for me. Lou said, send a picture of mean mugging the camera. And I said, that's very unnatural for me.
See, I gotta say, so Lou came up to Oregon and he left as a talented genius, and he produced some great stuff. So I'm shout out to Oregon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I haven't come off the high yet from the Oregon trip. I mean, I came back, and on the way back, I was hitting up Sean. I was like, hey, we got to utilize this. And I've been redoing intros, looking at things on social media, trying to just bring as much weight as I can, even though I'm a big person and I feel like I bring a lot of weight already, trying to bring as much weight to this show to really hit it out of the park and really give the fans what they've been asking for. I mean, Tyler was like, hey, dude, when is Undisputed? The power of mocktails. See?
That's right.
That intro was very mocktail-ish, you know? It had a bunch of punch, but not that much. This guy.
About as much as my shirt.
All right. So, over, under, just right. Live action remakes. For those of you guys just joining, you know how this works. Overrated.
All of them over.
underrated. Oh, really? Over all of them?
That's about where I am.
I'm curious if that's the same answer we go down this list.
Okay.
First one, out of the antique store, 1996, 101 Dalmatians. Overrated, underrated, just right.
Did you call 1996 antique?
I did.
Hell, man. Worse than my freaking kids.
It's okay. My kid.
What was the
Weren't
late
you born in the
1900s?
Yeah. My daughter goes, Mom, you were born in the 1900s? Yeah, I was born in the 1900s.
The late 1900s. That's the most disrespectful commentary ever. I hate antique my ass.
I'm gonna go just right on that one, actually, because that's a lot of puppies, and I would want to play with that many puppies. And to get that many puppies on film together is probably not easy to do. And it's a cute one. So I'm going to go just right for that one.
Okay. David?
So, all right. Just a little morbid, but that movie always bugged the shit out of me, only because how I want to see the pregnant dog that just produced all of those. Like, what does that look like? That's the ultimate puppy mill. Like, that's what I was thinking of when I was like, this is. So I don't know if that's under or over or well, which one's the. It was just weird.
So overrated is like, hey, y'all give that way too much hype. Underrated means you guys don't give it enough hype. And just right means, you know what? You can't do more. You can't do less. It's just right.
My opinion doesn't really fit. So overrated.
Yeah.
It was a bit much.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin said over on all of them and then immediately backtracked. I told you. That's what Sam did. So to clarify, by antique, I meant like it's an older live action. I didn't mean
exactly,
that
Kimberly.
I didn't mean that 1996 was antique, because if that's the case, I'm antique.
What you said, man.
I know. You know what? Let's go the next one. 2010, another antique. I'm just playing. 2010's Alice in Wonderland.
Hey, is Alice a princess? I need to know before I rate. Is she a princess or not?
She is, absolutely.
Is that the one with Johnny Depp?
Yeah. But
No, absolutely.
Alice is not a princess because she's like the Twilight of Disney.
That's overrated. That movie was so fucking creepy.
Wow.
Oh, I'm saying overrated. I'm going overrated.
That movie was fucking creepy. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I think for me it's hard. I'm going to go just right. The first one I enjoyed. The second one was absolute garbage. Hot garbage. Sean says overrated. Amanda says Alice is not a princess. Alice is a gangster. She's been here since day one. She was here before all those other mocktail princesses.
You like mocktails.
Royal blood.
You like mocktails.
Don't disrespect Disney princesses. There's a number of them that would put some hands on Alice and stuff.
There's a number of them that try to hug Lewis, the podcast.
Actually, I don't know if there's a princess that could lose to Alice.
All of them.
Nah.
All she does is
Tell us
go on
anything about
acid
that.
trips.
No,
She's on,
you know,
she's on an acid trip.
I'm gonna exactly, and I'm gonna quote Friday. You
She's a
ain't
druggie.
catching no. I'm gonna catch quote Friday. You're not catching a crackhead. If she's a drug addict, she's beating all of them and not feeling it.
Nah. These princesses are going to put her in her place.
Nah.
She can't hang. She can't hang. She can't take.
Have
yeah,
you seen that scene in Wreck-It Ralph 2 with the princesses and Vanellope? And she's like, "Jeez, do you guys need help?"
Dude,
Yeah, exactly. Vanellope's
Wait,
problem.
Snow White isn't that tough. This girl ran away and she was kicking it with 7
She
grown men.
He
What are
lost
you
to a
talking
fucking
about?
apple.
She was bad enough to take the apple. She ain't
She
afraid of
lost
nothing.
to an inanimate object.
She had grown men as roommates.
Cinderella got stopped by a locked door. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Snow White is definitely delivering the smoke.
Little
to
Mermaid
Alice.
ran from a shark. I mean, I guess a shark's pretty aggressive.
Hey, Alice never really did anything. It was all actually in her head because it was like a dream.
See? So we don't know what she's capable of.
She's
Nothing.
perma-fried
She's
now.
capable of
They
taking
say it's the
drinks.
quiet ones you have to worry about. And guess what? She's there.
Yeah, and Amanda said, "Yeah, and you know who's not in that Wreck-It Ralph scene? Alice."
Because she doesn't need help. She's perfect.
They're trying to help Vanellope.
No.
She's
She
not
needs an
even a helper.
intervention.
She's
She needs-
probably over.
I would
20
watch that
years
show,
older.
an intervention of Alice. All the
Yeah.
princesses come together. I'm like, you're not like us, but you need help.
So wait, she's not a damsel in distress, doesn't run away with the guy. I mean, if that's what makes a princess, I'm glad she's not in that club.
Okay.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't disagree. I mean, there's some snarky princesses and stuff that I'm not a fan of, but Alice, she's not on their caliber. They're all better than her.
All right. All right, here we go. Next live action. 2019's Aladdin.
Ooh,
Underrated.
It's always going to
Underrated.
be
That was a good one.
underrated.
That's a good one.
I think that one's just right.
Princess Ada was also not in that scene. Well, she's a bug, so yeah.
I think Aladdin was just right. I think there was a lot of parts that didn't work, and there was a lot of parts that really worked, but I'm thinking just right.
Wait, which
Can we have a
Aladdin?
live where we do? Oh, Jen, you can say new cup.
Wait, which Aladdin are we talking about? What year?
The Will Smith one.
Oh, yeah, no, it was underrated. People were crapping on that simply because of the comparison to Robin Williams, and
Yeah.
he wasn't trying to do Robin Williams, so people didn't give it a fair shot. It was underrated. It was a good movie for what it was and what they did with the remake.
Yeah, I think Aladdin is just right. All right, I'm curious of this one. 2022's Pinocchio. I can't even give it any of those three. I think it was absolute dog shit.
I don't disagree.
I can't give it underrated, overrated, because nobody talks about that.
It should not have existed. It shouldn't exist.
I give it 4 Chapeks.
Oh gosh. I
That's
mean,
all you-
the year of 2022 did not work for the Disney live actions. Pinocchio and Peter and Wendy were absolutely, and I think Peter and Wendy was 2023 now I think about it. But both those were just hot dog shit. It was not good at all. All right, and I may be a little biased in this last one. You probably know it's coming. 2016's The Jungle Book.
of course, just right.
Overrated. I didn't need it.
You need the live action Jungle Book.
No. I thought the animated one was cuter. I was fine.
Name an animated that's not cuter than the live action and stuff. I mean,
101 Dalmatians.
Whoa, the animated one's
Wait,
way
what?
better.
Yeah, but I mean, they're real puppies in the live action one.
not really.
Yeah,
Some
you believe that?
CGI kind of.
Not that the CGI was not that good that long ago.
The animated one's way better though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot better.
That's your opinion.
For all of these, including Jungle Book, I will take the animated classics over them in a heartbeat. It's better than the updated.
Kevin
Pete's
said
Dragon.
Pinocchio was negative 1,000 stars.
Mhm.
For Chapeks, I said the
Wait.
same thing.
Is he saying that Pete's Dragon or Pinocchio is better than Pete's Dragon?
No, he was saying which one did you just ask about? Oh, the Jungle Book is better
Jungle
than Peach
Book?
Dragon.
I thought the Pete's Dragon one was interesting. I don't know if it was good or bad. I've only watched
I don't
it
think
once. It
I've
was
seen the
interesting.
live action Peach Dragon.
It's garbage.
Hot garbage.
Like hotter garbage than Pinocchio?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about Pinocchio. Pinocchio's hot garbage.
No, Peach Dragon.
I've only seen it once. So I don't remember whether it was good or bad. I thought it was interesting that he had fur, which I know everyone's like, dragons aren't real. They don't have fur. We don't know. I get that. But I mean, what we commonly know as dragons
Shut up, Lewis.
doesn't have fur. The fuck is that? It's like an aggressive Barney. It's just horrible. Like, really? Fur? Like, it's like a never-ending story.
New Pup.
That doesn't exist no more. Nobody liked the Mad Tea Party stuff.
Where we are, Jungle Book is just right. I think Jungle Book was just right.
Razzle dazzle. Jungle Book was better than Pete's. Pete's was better than Pinocchio.
I thought Jungle Book, for me, I'm going to go just right. I think they could have done more, but I think they played it safe. I think it's just right.
I think it's
If you
overrated.
think they could have done more, that means it's under. It's under.
It's overrated then.
No,
underrated.
I mean,
No,
there's
it's
things they
overrated. If they could have done more, then it
There's
would have been
things they could have
underrated.
done more,
if they had done enough.
and there's things they could have done less of. That's why I'm saying it's just right.
Sounds like the movie sucks to me. If they could have done more and they could have done less, then the movie sucks.
For me, just right. It's kind of a perfect. It met all my criteria.
Yeah.
Warm, Disney, good storyline. Like it was just right. But if there's room for improvement, or they did too much,
It's
that's where you
overrated.
can't play the middle.
But
Pick
that's
one,
what-
over
that's
or
why-
under.
That's why we have just right. So you can pick the middle.
Why?
And-
But if it's perfect,
And we're only basing it off of what we think people talk about. Do you think people talk about it
I
enough?
think that you're just saying that it's just
don't care what
right
people talk
because
about.
you love Baloo.
Then I'll go. Then you know what? Just for argument's sake, I'll go underrated. Then
Why?
See? There you go.
why not?
Because we just made it.
Why?
Work. All right,
Why?
under.
Okay, so what could they have done differently?
You said there's some improvements.
There is.
Exactly. So overrated.
I thought it was just
Underrated
perfect.
means it's friggin' phenomenal, and you don't want to change anything because it was great.
You know what they could have done to make it perfect, even more perfect? They could have had a cameo from like Simba.
Oh, that's the perfect segment. So we're gonna hear from our sponsor because we're about to talk about Mufasa and how Disney is thin-skinned about some shit.
See how
these days.
Lou's trying to get out of giving me his reasons right now? I
Yes.
see you. Let's hear from our sponsor.
Where in the Park Seek and Find Image Scavenger Hunt games will have you exploring theme parks like never before. But this is not like your childhood scavenger hunts. There are no word-based lists of items to find or a binder of riddles, trivia, math, or counting. Our games contain cards with images of details that can be found throughout the park just by walking around. You can play on your own schedule, so you don't have to worry about long lines, height requirements, or health concerns. Need help finding an image? We've got you covered, with hints and answers on each card so you're never left wondering where in the park the image can be found. Use the Scan Before Playing card to reveal an alternate image if one of the cards in your pack is currently hidden or removed from the park. Order today to get game packs for your next visits to the Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World theme parks. But the fun doesn't stop there. We also have games for Universal Studios in Hollywood and Florida, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, SeaWorld, and more. Ready to experience your favorite theme parks in a whole new way? Go to www.whereinthepark.com/WaltzAPT podcasts to get 10% off your order. A portion of the sale will also go to support the Waltz Apartment podcast. Want $10 off your order instead? Visit patreon.com/WaltzAPT podcast to become a lamplighter. With so much more to discover, the only question is, do you know where in the park?
We do know where in the park. We just hung out with them a little while ago, talking about Imagine That. And as we're playing Mad Tea Cups with the screens, Sean, welcome in. How
Thanks,
are
buddy.
you doing?
Buddy, I'm doing all right. You're like literally texting me saying, hurry up, hurry up. I'm like, 8:18, I'll be home.
Stop making excuses, Sean.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What up, ourselves, man?
we already have one excuse in here called Sam. It's
Overrated,
unbearable.
overrated.
Hey, Lewis, this is a family show, or else I would tell you to read between the lines.
Did you see that intro? You tell me what's family about it.
Buddy, I say this like every couple of weeks. You continuously like amaze us with what you do. Like the sticker was cool. This is better than the sticker. I'm not gonna lie. This
Sean,
opening-
can you at least tell him to stop being mean to me?
I didn't see it, so I can't.
He just called me the excuse of the show.
No.
Are you?
No.
Good. I
No.
am. I'm telling Papa.
Do you encourage this behavior with your kids, like your students?
Nice. This coming from the
Nana.
abusive. This
But how
this
y'all
coming. This
Guys,
coming from
you
the
saying it
abusive
wrong,
teacher
Sam.
that
Come
makes
on.
it. Yeah, you say it like I'm like some old lady. Nah, Sonny, don't put the
Yeah.
groceries in that bag. Anyway, here we go.
Here we
So,
Welcome.
no,
Oh, Bobby says, I think you should play it again. I think we should too. Can we play it again? Look, there's 11 people here. So that means
we
there's
will,
5
we
people.
will, we will close out the show with it. We don't want to
There we
burn
go.
it down.
I do
So-
want to burn it down.
All right. So, question going around the
Bobby.
room.
Hi, Bobby.
Sean. Sean, do
Yes,
you
sir.
think Disney has thin skin?
I just literally walked in to this.
Yes. Do you think Disney has thin skin?
No.
No. Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
David, you think Disney's got thin skin?
They have to. You kind of you can't be a corporation in today's world and not be amendable or bendable or tweak a little bit. You can't just be, God damn it, this is the way it is, and how you can't. You're a corporation, so yes, by design they have to. In some situations, they have to have thin skin.
All right. Sam, do you think Disney has thin skin?
I don't think that Disney has thin skin. I think that they are secretly willing to admit when they're making mistakes on things, and then they just dust them under the rug instead of publicly saying, hey, we just spent tons of money on this and it sucked, so we're done with it.
All right. So,
But at least they're not
Wait, was
trying
that
to
dig at
cut
Splash
our toes.
Mountain?
No, that was a dig at Snow White.
oh, okay. All right. So, movies coming out this year. We got quite a bit of them. We got Mufasa. We got Deadpool and Wolverine. We got Inside Out 2. We got a handful. We got a couple movies. It's actually
I'm
a mild
excited.
year.
I'm excited.
It's a mild year for Disney. How long do you guys think it? How far back do you think it was when these movies got greenlit? When they first said, "Yes, that's what we're doing." What do you think the time frame is year-wise? Rough numbers. Obviously, no one knows.
2020, 2021.
COVID.
2021. So about 3 years ago. Okay, David.
COVID.
Okay. Sean.
I don't know. I mean, Deadpool's the one that if you're looking at those, you talk about. You can't have thin skin when you have a movie like Deadpool. But I mean, COVID is probably. I mean, what's it take to develop a movie? A couple of years to develop a movie. So probably a couple of years. So
Or,
middle of
and
COVID.
you know what? I agree
How,
with
how do you have to have thick skin if you have Deadpool? I'm just curious about that.
No, I'm saying that you don't have thin. I'm saying they don't have thin skin.
So, but here's the thing: is thin skin meaning the way that they take critique.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I think I think with Deadpool, they're proving that they don't care about having thin skin. They're like, we're gonna do what we want.
What's the critique on Deadpool? That's what I mean. Where's the challenge that Disney had to toughen up and just push back and say, no, we got thick skin? Like, there's no critique on Deadpool. It's presented how it's presented.
And there will be when the Karens go out.
I guess I'm misunderstanding how the question was presented.
So,
then.
okay,
No,
so
no,
let me
you're not.
let me
You
bring
were
this
just
full
looking at it
circle.
from different angles.
Let me bring this full circle. So, we've had 3 new trailers come out in the last 3 months, bigger trailers. Obviously, there's been trailers dropped here and there. We had Deadpool and Wolverine, which did great, tons of likes, tons of positive comments. We had not Star Wars. We had Inside Out come out, a lot of good reviews,
Mhm.
likes, stuff like that. We had the Mufasa trailer drop just a few days ago, and within a day or two, YouTube comments were shut off. Zip. Nada. You can't leave comments no more.
Why was
By
that,
who?
Lou?
So the few screenshots that are out there, the
By
comments
Disney?
weren't good.
Was it on the Disney site?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the comments there were a handful of them that were like aggressively negative. People that are just anti-Disney going on there, making stupid remarks. Then there was, but also a good amount of them that were just negative to the movie. Shut the comments off. But you go on, say Deadpool or Inside Out, there are negative comments. Is there a lot? No, but there are negative ones. People that anti-Disney.
So are you saying that makes Disney thin-skinned by shutting off the comments on a video where they were getting tore apart?
It makes Disney smart because here's the deal. They were ratioed. I mean, the overwhelming amount of negative versus positive. The other Deadpool and the other trailers and those
Inside
comments
Out,
and stuff,
yeah.
there's more positive than there is. There's a smattering of negatives. If you look for them, you'll find them. But overwhelmingly, they were ratio. Negative was the predominant. So you want to control that story and that narrative, you shut the comments off and stuff.
But here's the thing. I don't want to say that was smart of Disney because, in my opinion, what would have been smart of Disney was not giving us this crap to begin with because nobody asked for it. Like we already so like we had the live action Lion King, which was decent. It was good.
Was
but
it?
Nobody it was okay. But nobody was asking for more. Nobody was asking for a live action backstory of Mufasa and Scar.
Well, and some of the comments are bashing on it because if you watch the trailer, why is Timon and Pumbaa in there? They weren't part of that story at all. So I get you're going to change stuff, but now you're going through with this live action stuff, and you watch the trailer. I mean, one comment was as silly as, great, we get to see a bunch of kitties jumping because the entire trailer was, watch this lion jump, watch this lion jump. And guess what? They're jumping some more. And that's why I asked the original question, when do you think these movies were greenlit? Because this movie, the concept sounds cool, but the trailer doesn't look that good, and the CG looks worse than the original one. Now, I get it's just a trailer. I get that. But again, it's been my soapbox. They're giving us stuff that's partially ready. And, I mean, you look at the Deadpool trailer, that was smooth. The original teaser one and this last one, clean. The Inside Out trailer, beautifully done. You look at the Star Wars Acolyte. I'm not a Star Wars connoisseur, so I don't know what's bad or what's good in that. But for somebody that's not that known of Star Wars, the Acolyte trailer, I found it very interesting. The Mufasa trailer, I was like, this is what you're leading off with. This is not that good. But on that same note, Snow White, are we still getting it? Are we not getting it? Are you afraid of it? Because you guys were okay when Peter Dinklage shared, hey, we're not dwarves, we're human beings. You let that spread, and you kept promoting it. You let Rachel Zegler do her thing, and you kept promoting it, and now it's dead. So the levels of stopping it are two different things. Mufasa got bad comments in the trailer. You shut the comments down. You start putting a hold. Snow White, you let that go almost to the point where nobody wants to see it. And as we know, it's still coming out eventually. We haven't heard that they are scrapping it, but it's still coming out eventually. So I'm starting to think that Disney, especially seeing the rearrangement of movies, our chat today, Agatha and the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I mean, if that's legit, I'm pretty sure, it was up on everyone's social media and now it's gone. What happened? You either owned it or you didn't.
Disney got you. That's what happened. Disney got everybody.
Yeah,
they got you all talking about that all day long.
That was a joke, a marketing ploy, or
Absolutely.
a disgruntled employee. It was. That's yeah.
I think it was a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. As someone who, I understand why Marvel would try to do it, it still fucking irritates me. It's not necessary. I'm already excited for the show, and you're downplaying the excitement that I already had. Because guess what? When I was first introduced to Agatha Harkness in WandaVision, that was all I needed. Seeing a logo with the purple and the gray and the black, that was enough for me. I don't need you to play mind games with me to try and get me to realize
that's what
that.
Agatha does, though.
Okay, but
I get why Marvel would do that. I think it's pretty funny.
But if they were,
it's unnecessary.
They're making us look stupid. They're making us look stupid. Calling it Agatha, the lying witch with the bad wardrobe.
The Great Wardrobe.
The Great Wardrobe, whatever.
God, I hope it's that now.
The Narnia take is just. It's.
I literally put in the Marvel tribe today. I said I don't need the Devil Wears Prada in Marvel in the MCU.
Especially, I mean, one of the biggest things with in that placement of Marvel is everybody has. It's widely known now that people are over the punny Marvel parts. I mean. Everyone wants to see that grit. I think that's why Deadpool will do good.
Give us good storytelling.
I think hell, you're getting the rumors about Thor and that comedic aspect. I think that the comedic part, if done right, it works. But I think many people are over it. Like, all right, here we go again with the aha part.
I'm not over the comedy. No. I'm not over the comedy. I'm over being treated like I'm stupid.
So there's a difference in how comedy action works.
Pretty thin skin, Sam.
There's a spectrum. I mean, you have Deadpool, right, and then you have Thor: Love and Thunder, too cartoony, too whatever. This Deadpool coming out is going to be in the vein of the original Deadpool, Thor: Ragnarok. The writing, the character, it's not a mocking the character of itself. Even Chris Hemsworth said, that last Thor I did, I need a redo. I need a mulligan because that was making a mockery of Thor, and I'm glad he said it because it was true. It's what we are feeling.
They're making Agatha seem like a completely illegitimate character.
Nah.
And that's
whereas they could be giving us clues that make us go like, oh shit, are they bringing in Nick Scratch? Oh shit, does she have like the Darkhold? Does she have access to like pieces of the Darkhold? Like they could be bringing in dramatic effects because that's her character, right? I don't want that's what I want Agatha's character to be. I don't want Agatha's character to come in and be some like, I don't want a WandaVision like Leave It to Beaver version.
She's gonna come in singing, I'll put a spell on you. She's gonna come in singing.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I will literally be so angry because I have been waiting so long for this show that if they were to give me that, I would probably throw things at my TV and then blame you, Lewis.
David, you pulled the words in my mouth. There is a way of doing comedy right, and I think Deadpool, Guardians, Thor Ragnarok.
There's a difference between comedy and comedic relief.
And then there's movies in the MCU where they play it off like it's those parody scary movie films where it's like it's not as good. And I think for Agatha, I think doing this, especially having no type of trailer at all.
So that is what Amanda's saying. Hey, I
absolutely,
think
Amanda.
Hey, we need people. So guess what? If you want people to remember it exists, give us a trailer. Give us something.
And
don't just give us another fucking name change. Give us something to actually watch and consume and get us excited for it.
It served no purpose to release it.
All it did was irritate
out right now. You have D23. You have Deadpool coming. There's no strategy in this whatsoever. Like I said, I think it was a gag. It was a disgruntled employee or something else. But this wasn't a serious thing at all. It was done.
So
I thought it was great.
We're talking about it.
So I thought it was great.
It
from a
irritated
marketing
the life out
standpoint,
of me.
yes, that person gets a raise, but yeah, overall it was dumb.
I mean,
we're sitting here. Lewis pivoted the show to talk about this. So what they did worked. What they did work. That's all they did.
But talking about it and spending money to watch it are two different things. I mean, we talk about Universal Studios all the time, and none of us go.
We're sitting here talking about it, saying they're ruining it, and giving us less of a reason to consume the content that they're going to produce because they're making Agatha look fucking stupid when she's a badass character.
Oh my God. Tribe is pissed tonight. Look at them. They're all angry. It's me versus the track. Let's go.
We're
So-
not angry. I'm far from.
I mean,
angry.
I'm a little
It is-
angry.
Yeah, Sam's
I'm
pissed.
irritated. I'm
Sam's
irritated.
pissed.
I'm
Oh,
irritated.
I'm over Disney giving us. I mean, fuck, we can go down the rabbit hole of this. The
Oh,
Moana movie now and not TV show.
here we go. Eyes rolling.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, Iger throws out or Disney throws out all this shit that they're like, oh, we're gonna do this. We were just kidding. We got to fix that. We spoke too soon. We're seeing that way too common right now. Like, it's way too common. Like, oh, we're gonna rewrite that. We're gonna change this. Can't do that. Like, come on.
Can I? I just want to circle back. I was waiting to actually close with this about the Mustafa thing. Mufasa. Sorry, Mufasa. I think Disney would have been better served if they made. I didn't. No one asked for it. I didn't know they were doing animation. This is the first time they had a dead parent character.
Yeah, it's
that they-
weird. So weird.
It is. It's a new realm. I think it would have paid homage to the original classic Lion King to do let the Disney animated studio
I
do
agree
an
with you.
animated version of
Completely
it.
agree with you.
I
there.
think that would have been pitch perfect.
Yeah.
I would have been excited for it, everything else. It would have paid its homage to the original movie, and it would have been a real spin-off of that. And you would I think they would have an instant classic.
I agree. The live
think
action
it would.
Lion Kings look weird. I thought the live action Lion King looked so weird to me, but
I can't wait until 2026 when they drop Bambi's mother. I mean, it's gonna be great.
Jesus.
oh my gosh.
I can't. I mean, if you want that footage, join me on TikTok. I'll show you on my lives.
And Andy's dad, like from Toy Story.
Yeah,
find out
I
Andy's
mean,
dad.
let's
Just
just
find
go
what happened to
down-
all these characters.
Let's just go down the rabbit hole.
Please
I mean,
don't go down this whole Disney.
Yeah.
Don't bring back the
Hey,
dead.
Sid's career.
Hey, you
path.
wanted new stuff. You didn't want repeats of the same stuff. Now they're giving you.
This
Yeah.
is new stuff. This is new stuff.
Yeah, we'll give you Sid's career path or his college route. We'll keep going. All right, guys, we'll be right back after our word from our sponsor.
Well, hello, and welcome to Let's Get to Know Our Sponsor. Getaway Today has been helping Disney vacation dreams come true since 1990. Whether you choose to visit the happiest place on earth or travel to Orlando and beyond, they want to help you. Need to know the best hotel in the area? What theme park ticket should you buy? Have a last-minute change? No worries. Their travel experts are always here to help. Want to book a cruise and don't know where to start? Hey, they can help with that too. They will help you find the perfect cruise for your vacation, whether it is your first time or you're a well-seasoned cruiser. When you book your cruise with one of the Getaway Today's experts, you will have a dedicated agent to help you every step of the way. They take care of the details so you can have the most fun. Getaway Today has layaway, peace of mind travel, allowing you to cancel or make changes up to 72 hours in advance. You will always have the most up-to-date vacation information, both pre-arrival and upon your welcome. Getaway Today will guarantee the best prices with no hidden fees. And every time you book through Getaway Today, they will donate a portion back to a charitable organization in your area. And so far, over $4.5 million has been donated. So click the link in our show notes to start your Disney vacation planning for more information and the best deals. Tell them Walt's Apartment sent you. And until next time, enjoy the view from Walt's Apartment.
We appreciate Getaway Today. And based on some of the movie titles we were sharing, I'm sure some of those parents and family members would have loved to get away on that day. Unfortunately, they did not make it. But our next topic, new vintage media coming soon. So how many of you guys were around in the days of cable?
This is another old thing I was watching driving home. You talked about us being
What's
old.
with
What?
you and these old jokes, man? And
We all had cable, Lewis. What do you mean? There's still cable, still a thing. The days of cable.
You're a disrespectful millennial, man.
So Disney is bundling Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, So I was watching another YouTuber, and they were sharing that it's not a matter of if, it's happening. It's just a matter of when now. And I asked about cable because one of their hosts had the great line. He said they should shorten the name and just call it cable. And I was like, that is perfect.
I said this all along ago. Like
You did.
Really is.
And-
We're reverting back to
And
cable.
here we go. And guess what's even more greater? You can choose to have an ad tier or a non-ad tier. Commercials, just like before, or not. Thoughts on this?
I'm not gonna lie.
But wait,
Commercials
But wait,
are really
there's
annoying.
there's more, because not only are they reverting back to cable, but they are absolutely going to curate channels for you in their streaming platform. So there's a Disney channel that you can go in and your streaming thing, and they'll just play random stuff at random times of the days. And I've heard in the chats, because we've talked about this, some people have a hard time picking what they want to stream. You know, the a la carte thing doesn't work for them. They want to be spoon fed choices and options, and that's fine. But that's what cable was. That's what they. I mean, nah.
I can't wait till you wake up at 4 a.m. and watch an infomercial telling you, hey, you could buy a Magic Key today for 4 easy payments of $19.95. Can't wait till you're
Fuck,
hearing.
where's that at? I'll
infomercials.
sign up for that right
Oh,
now. That's
absolutely.
cheap.
But I just can't wait for the infomercials. You too can own the 12 set of churros. All you have to do is call 1-800-EAT
Oh, the
yours.
cooking churro show.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Like, so I don't get
Speaking
it.
of churros, the churro place reached out on the Walt's Apartment Instagram today. So
Way to go,
Oh, did
Churro
Yeah.
Rush.
They
Yeah,
did. What?
yeah, they
Yeah.
thanked us for who did someone share something on Facebook?
I wrote a feedback on their page about their.
Oh, I didn't mean to
churro
like
and
take
their
over the
logo.
thing, but
No,
Yeah,
no,
they met-
absolutely.
they messaged the show back and said thanks for the shout out, and then sent pictures. They actually met Chef Oscar on July 17th,
What?
2000. Yeah, the guy, the chef at Disneyland has been there forever. I think they said that's the 60th anniversary, and then they thanked us. So what's it called again? The churro.
Churro Rush, I think it's called.
Churro Rush.
Yeah, it was very
churro.
cool that they reached out and they sent some pictures. They were in Walt's apartment. Very cool. But I'm sorry about that. I love churros.
No, absolutely. Shout out to Churro Rush.
Maybe they could be on one of our
If you
new
want to
sponsors.
send us some churros and
We'll try 'em.
Be a sponsor of the show. Yeah.
exactly. I mean,
Wait, do they send churros to Indiana?
Probably not. Just
No.
Stockton.
Do anyone
Did you
send
guys-
stuff to Indiana? How do you get
because you
stuff?
guys still use the
H-
Pony Express, don't you?
They sent it to Chicago. Then they have to they have to
Chicago.
in their wagons
You
and go
gotta
over and
pick it up
pick
in
it up.
Chicago.
Yeah, it's like Western Union or what the
Yeah.
Wells Fargo
Right.
stagecoach.
Little,
New cop.
New cop, she said.
little house in the prairie,
Tap,
getting some
tap.
churros.
Send a telegram. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding, ding. Churros are in. Ding,
So
ding, ding.
my thing is, I am surprised on the HBO part. I really am. I
Is
would
it
have
HBO
thought,
or Max? Is it HBO?
It's Max.
isn't HBO and Max the same thing?
They are the same
Are
thing.
they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
but
that's-
Oh, that's right. They changed the name to
it
this
is.
week.
I agree with you, Lou. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of brilliant too at the same time because you can literally watch whatever you want. You want to watch Harry Potter? It's on Max. You want to watch Game of Thrones? It's on Max. Because literally, I was just on Max earlier when I was at work still trying to find the Big Bang Theory because I'd never seen it, and that's where you can watch it for free. Well,
It's
not
a
free,
good business move.
but it's a very smart business move, especially with the Hulu and the Disney Plus. And I mean, it's every fucking thing you could think of. I mean,
See, but I am curious because if I'm not mistaken, Hulu right now, there are some things that are on like the Hulu app that are not on the Hulu Disney part, right? If I'm not mistaken, there are things that it's not all. I don't think it's all integrated. It might be working its way, but if I'm not mistaken, because we were watching, what was I watching on Hulu? It's not on the Disney Plus one. I had to go to the Hulu app to watch it. Oh, I'm blanking right now. But if I'm not mistaken, it's not all integrated. So
It's because you're lying and it really was there and you just missed it.
I know there's some distinctions between having the live paying for the live version of
her
Hulu
Wi-Fi cut out.
this is a real
versus you have to wait like a week or two for some of the shows to come onto into the streaming side. But beyond that, it should have everything on there. I could be wrong though.
I think
No.
I think it's smart because if you really want to think about it, it's Disney and I'm not sure who owns HBO or Max. Is it Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers.
Okay, so it's Disney and Warner Brothers teaming up against Netflix. If you really think about it, I mean, it's kind of smart on their part. I really think it's oh my gosh, I want to watch all of the Avengers movies, but then I want to watch all of Game of Thrones, or I want to watch all of Ballers that was on
it's
HBO. I mean, it's really, really smart, actually. I think
it's going to be interesting seeing Marvel and DC under the same umbrella.
It is, but again,
here-
it's a strategic move, and I think it's really smart.
Well, here's the end game. I think is going to happen. Disney's going to buy another network, and you might as well buy someone that you already have a tie with. So
That's fair too.
I
Imagine
mean,
Disney owning Harry
we
Potter.
talked about Disney selling, though.
Yeah,
but that's when their stocks was around 80, and there was
Disney's-
no up for them.
Disney's
and
coming
stuff.
back, baby. You watch.
They are coming back strong.
Yeah, they're making
King
these
Iger.
moves now. They're making these moves now that are kind of like, okay, you know.
And that's
I
under
like
Iger.
it. I
That's
think it's a
under
really
Iger.
good move. I just need to
Everything
figure out, because
else-
I have all these services, how to put them all together and make it cheaper for me somehow. I need to figure out how to fucking do that. Can someone tell me how to like bundle
Yeah,
these
you-
so I'm not paying for all of them together? Because I
You
pay
can
a
actually
lot
go
of
to
money.
the
for it.
Disney Plus page, and there's bundling packages where you can incorporate, especially if you signed up with the same email address and
Oh, shit,
password,
I don't know about
where
that.
you can kind of consolidate your stuff into one. So
Okay, cool. I appreciate that, because I'm like, well, I have Max and I have Disney Plus and I have Hulu. I have Hulu Live, which I love, but
they don't. I don't think they.
Yeah, no,
offer-
Hulu Live. They won't bundle Hulu Live because that's
No.
a breadwinner. I mean,
that's
you're
why I
paying
can't
I
do
think,
it then.
like what, $65-$75 for the month?
So you
That's
want
a
to keep
lot.
them separate and just
That's a lot. I'm
enjoy
not
it
gonna lie,
from.
but it's worth it. That's how I watch football, so I can't.
Yeah, Hulu Live is a breadwinner for them. If
Yeah.
you're gonna get
I'll
all
keep what I
the
got. Then it's no big deal.
yeah. So,
But for the average customer, I think it's very, very smart. I think it's very, very smart of Warner Brothers and Disney to team up.
And the YouTuber I was watching, this is going to get rid of, because I'm sure people face this, and I'm sure they're seeing it, is people watching what they want to watch, canceling it, and then picking back up when something comes back. This right here, adding HBO or any other platform, whether it's Paramount Plus, Peacock, adding those, I think gives you, I don't want to cancel this, to have a great deal, and I watch HBO, I watch Hulu, and I watch this. I think this is going to eliminate a lot of those, because apparently it's a big number of people that will pay for the month to binge watch their show, cancel it until their show comes back. This is adding such a big library to them, and that's why Netflix wins, because Netflix has such a huge library of content that you almost don't ever grow bored with it. And I think
Very
adding
true.
HBO is very
Very
I think HBO is just an interesting pick, but it's
Yeah.
a smart business move for Disney to try to create this bundle. I'm just very surprised that it's Max and not, say, Peacock,
Sure.
where, because now Peacock, you get to incorporate all of the Illumination, Mario, all that kids content as well. I was surprised it wasn't Peacock and it was Max, but who knows? Maybe
But
Peacock's still the lone survivor out there right now.
Peacock's Universal, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Universal's not going to. Universal's a big dog. I guess they're just as big. They're all Disney,
they're
and them are just as
distant-
big. So yeah.
Distant second. So I agree, to piggyback on what Lewis said. I agree that they having more content and stuff is going to prevent people from just canceling it and just waiting and
Sure.
playing that game and stuff. But on top of that, and I think this is a strategic part, I'm speculating. I don't have the facts and data, but I'm sure if we dig into this, we'll find it to be true. Every quarter between all these content providers, the Disney, Max, HBO, Warner, Hulu, every quarter there's going to be a new show, new content, new something. So
Sure.
this literally says you're going to get newness from us every quarter, every month of the year and stuff. Now there's literally no reason to cancel your subscription and stuff.
I agree. Completely agree.
So, going to our next topic. It's a little aggressive. It's called "Fuck Your Reservations."
Here we go.
So this has been a chip on my shoulder for about two and a half weeks now. There is no reason for the reservation system, and I got proof on why there's no reason for it.
Oh, here we
They are still selling Magic Keys right now. All three of them. The app, as of this morning at 10 a.m., had the Enchant, the Inspire, the top 3 tier keys still available to purchase today. They weren't just on the app, they were available. And the reason I know that is because I thought I was balling. I put them in my cart just to see if I can get all the way to the checkout, and I could. All 3 are available. So therefore, you're not selling them out. So therefore, the
Hey,
park
it's a good thing it's a good thing you hit okay on that one.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so to bring everyone to where we're at. So about 2 weeks ago, I took my wife and kids to a Dodgers game. Went to the parks, had reservations, got to the gate. Apparently, I didn't have them. Apparently, Apparently, I did not pass the 12-page questionnaire that says I really want these days. Even though I went on the app, I picked that date. Then I went to the second stage and picked what park I want. There's 2 points of verification. And apparently, after I hit OK and checked the little box, apparently I didn't do that one. It was just muscle memory and used to doing that. That the third step of verification I didn't hit. So therefore, I did not get the tickets, apparently. Or I did get it and there was some flaw in the system. But what I'm saying is, when you are purchasing something on a website, you have the, do you want this? Do you really want this? By that time, yes, I really want this. This part, the reservations are fucking free. They don't cost you anything. I've already paid for them when you took my monthly payment. It doesn't cost you anything to cancel them. There is no money exchange. Why do you need 3 points of verification for me to say, yes, I really want to come to your park that day? Absolute dog shit.
Change your voice.
There's no reason for it anymore. There's no reason. And then you go there and you go to the day of, okay, I messed up. My bad. Guess what? Can't go on the app to book reservation now because all the people that want to cancel can't cancel because, no, we're going to penalize you for not showing up. Why? You've already took the money. You've already taken my monthly payment. So you've already got paid whether I show up or not. And if I don't show up, then you're penalizing me for missing a reservation date. Well, I can't cancel the day of. So why am I being punished for something I can't cancel the day of? Everything else you can cancel the day of. I mean, hell, if you were having a baby, you could be like, you know what, I don't want to do it today. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. You can push that if you wanted to. Like, come on. Like, this is just, yeah. I mean, if you're being,
I'm good. I'm good.
Anyway,
wait, you can push having a baby? Wait, what?
He said
So,
you can push out having a baby if you don't want to have
depends
it.
on the procedure. If your water breaks, no, you don't got time.
You can pick what date the baby's on?
No,
Your
like
friend
if you
disagrees.
do if you do like a C-section or like a Schedule 1, you can kind of move it. But if your water breaks, no, you ain't got no time. You don't got time. You got to go. But I'm just saying. But there's still time.
I mean, I wish I had that choice to choose what date my daughter was born when I was in labor for 32 hours because, I would have picked the first day and not the second day.
Hey, you were already in labor. I feel like once you're in labor, you're already in the process. You can't get up and leave. What I'm saying though is listen,
if I could have picked days, I would have picked the first day instead of the second.
For scheduled C-sections, you got some breathing room. Like, hey, you know what? Not today.
My water broke, but let's go next week. It's more.
No. If your water breaks, it's a different ballgame.
You didn't click OK all the way down the bottom of the page.
Sorry. Bad analogy. My bad. But anyway, I'm saying that come on, Disney. Stop the reservation systems. You're not doing it. Doesn't do anything. Anybody that wants to say it helps for their staffing, you're always busy. Why are you worried about staffing? People already come and pay millions. Why are you? If the other parks that are only open 4 days a week can handle the capacity they're at, Disney, pull it the fuck together. Your reservation system doesn't work. It's pointless. Stop. It doesn't do anything but piss people off. Let that shit go. Anyway, your opinions. I mean, we're getting penalized if we do. We're getting penalized if we don't. Your guys' opinion on the reservation system. I think it's
I'm gonna be honest. Lou, I know very little. You explained a lot in the troubles you went through. I don't disagree with you one bit. In fact, I would have been probably more pissed off than you are.
Oh no, he was pretty pissed.
I don't get the point here, Disney. And I'm not Sean, Sam, Lou. You guys know more about this. I always tell you my domain's Marvel, but I always have an opinion about something. After hearing Lou kind of go off on this, I agree. What the hell is the point of this?
Give me one solid reason why the reservation system helps. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I mean, because it limits the number of people that can be in the park at a given time.
That's what they have. That's what they have park capacity for.
Yeah, but park capacity, I feel like it. Well, they don't have as many reservations as they do park capacity.
But then what's the point of the park capacity then? They used
Exactly.
to do it when the
I'm
park
saying,
was
well,
full.
but that's
park
the
was
thing
full.
is the park was full. I don't want the parks at capacity. That's uncomfortable. It's unbearable. It's annoying. It is friggin' annoying. I don't want the parks at capacity.
But okay, I hear what you're saying, but the park being full to what they consider full and we consider full is nowhere near that.
So here's what I think. I think that you should have a penalty if you miss your reservation.
You do.
That you can't make another reservation for 120 days.
No,
But
if you
hold
miss,
on.
I think if you miss 3 reservations, you're
No,
out
I'm
for-
saying one. I'm saying you miss one
but-
reservation, you can't schedule again for 120 days.
No.
What?
Hold on,
That's
what?
That's hell
Not
of
only that-
this is.
Fuck that! They don't even
That's
give you the
harsh.
reason to cancel it. You can if
That's
it's a
harsh.
day. If I
There's
wake
people
up
with
today,
legitimate reasons. to
I'm saying
miss
if you
a
miss
reservation.
it, okay,
Well,
then,
here's the-
then
Well,
that
here's the
legitimate
thing.
reason is worth
You
not
can't-
going for 3 months,
It's
right?
it's not like Disney
Well,
World
that's
where you can
horrible.
Disney World you can actually cancel your reservation the day of. You can't at Disneyland. So I think that's a flaw in the system, a big flaw, because shit happens in life, and if you wake up and I mean, let's
Okay,
just-
fine. Then I'll go 30 days.
then fine it. Hey, guess what?
If you miss one reservation, you should
if-
go
hey,
to.
If
Yeah.
I miss my reservation
Crazy.
and you're gonna penalize me, give me my $30 back for that month, so that didn't go.
Absolutely,
I
I
agree.
want my money
I
back.
I'm
for
not
that month.
saying your existing reservations couldn't still exist.
What-
I'm just saying you can't make any new ones for
Nah,
30 days.
that's rough. I mean, one is
Well, then
aggressive.
guess what? People won't miss their reservations because if you have a damn good, valid reason that's worth not
Guess-
missing your reservation
But guess
for,
what?
then
If
you're not
you
going to care if you got 30 days. You can't.
If you
sit
got
there
rid of
and
them,
take
you don't
time
got to
out.
worry about any of that. People show up or they don't. People are still gonna show up.
You know. It's I went through this with you, Lou, because I know how pissed you were. They can't control the crowds. They can control the crowds and make the experience more magical. That was Bob Chapek's line during COVID. That was his explanation. I went through this with you because I know you were pissed, and you called me a couple of times and were very, very upset, and I completely understand.
I was done with Disney.
I get your frustration. When you told me that your little girl is crying in the parking lot because she can't go to Disneyland, that's terrible. And shame on Disney for not making some magic happen.
Yeah.
With
There's
that being
opportunity
said,
there.
rules are put in place for a specific reason. We can all hate the reservation system, but I hate to break it to you, it's never ever going to go away.
But hold on,
What's
get
the reason
rules.
though? I
But
get that comment, and I support rules for a
Right.
purpose or a specific reason. But what is the reason for that? Because
Why it won't
there
go away?
seems to be some debate about the capacity thing.
Why it won't go away?
Yeah,
No, why does it exist? Like what's it solving, or what's it?
Because when it
trying
was
to-
created, it was created to do exactly what people are joking about in there, which was to limit park capacity to where it's manageable for so they could plan basically every day of the week how much staff they needed for that day. That's why it was created. That's what Disney said it was.
So that does that hold true today? Because it sounds like
That's what they're still
Yeah.
saying because they're still saying that they just like they're saying that they can do this, they can manage and make sure they have plenty of staff on hand to make sure it's a magical day. Exactly what Tyler's joking about. It's exactly right. But at
You
this
got-
point now it's just a control thing that they have, and they're never gonna let go of it. They have
the thing is,
control
though,
over
is
how
you-
many people they can let in the park.
but the thing is though is they have control of it, but with like the limitations of you can't cancel the day of. You got YouTubers out there showing video footage, and the parks are dead. Parks are dead.
I know. I
Yes.
disagree with that. And
Like-
like you said, you were there at 5:00 at night on a Sunday night. There was no reason you drove 2 hours away from where you live that they couldn't have said, "Oh man, we're really sorry, Mr. Medina. Let's take care of you." You can call me a pixie duster, but I agree with you. This is wrong. This was wrong on them to do this. And they should have taken.
Okay,
If you live down the street off Magic Way, right there off Walnut, that's different.
Well-
But if you came 2 hours away with your family, you spent the $40 or whatever it is to park in the parking lot. You ran through freaking downtown Disney to get there by 5, so you guys wanted to see the parade. You told me the story, so
Yeah.
I know. So that's bullshit, and that's
Not only
shame on
that-
them for not making it happen for you. And
I'm
because
not-
5:00 on a Sunday night, you can make it work. 5 people are going to come in and spend money
Yeah.
in your park. Let's
But
make
not
it
only
work.
that, I mean, fuck, do what Walt Disney World's doing. Give us those free days where it's like, all right, there's no meeting us halfway. you can't cancel a day of. I think that's dog shit. I really do.
I agree with that. That
I
is
think
not a
that's
good rule.
stupid.
I agree with that.
I think the whole the 3 points of verification. First off, there's 4 if you think about it. 'Cause I already logged into the damn app saying I want
Hey,
a
Lou.
reservation.
Lou,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but I told you I got to hop out at 11. I've got to finish a class tonight.
I got you, Sam. I appreciate you.
So, sorry, guys.
See you later, Sam.
Bye.
All right.
So I mean,
Totally
I
gonna
get-
go fishing.
I get the reservation system. I understand it, but they're not utilizing it to what they even said they were going to do. You can't say it's to control the park crowd. The parks are still crowded.
They are.
There's days where the parks are crowded. There's days where they're not. But guess what? You did this shit 4 years ago with no problems. Why is it here today? You were able, and that was before when there was endless
That's
magic keys.
I agree.
And guess what? Every other theme park that's just as busy, guess what? No reservations and still are grooving and moving.
I feel your pain. I'm very sorry for you, but like I said,
I know it's not going nowhere, but
never going to change now.
I don't think there's a single person in this
Lightning
world
Lane's
that
never going to
gives us a
change.
legitimate
Genie Plus
reason.
is never going to change. It's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. That's
But
just,
Genie
I don't
Plus
think-
has pros and cons that it can make money. This is reservations not making any money or
I
losing
agree.
money.
I agree with you.
I think so. Here's where because I'm the outsider who's just really kind of looking at this. Maybe it's the conversation is not whether it should exist or not, but if there's room for improvement, and it sounds like you can kind of do both. You can keep reservations, but also make it a little bit more fair, less complicated, less. I mean. I don't know that story. I only know if I was in Lushu and I flew out there after I made a reservation coming from Oregon and stuff. I would hope to God that when I get there, they would work some kind of magical experience for me, not knowing how that system fully operates or run or what have you and stuff. Like
You know how to make that. You know how to make that work, David.
I don't.
Click the link down below for Getaway Day. They'll help you plan all your Disney needs at every time and make sure all of your reservations are made on time every time.
Yeah,
this
I
is a
don't-
great
the
ad
link
for
below.
Getaway Today because I will always book my Disney vacations with them
For sure.
for reasons like this, so I don't have to worry about this kind of stuff.
There's not a single reason that anybody can say on why the reservation system actually works. I agree, Sean. They're not going to get rid of it. I get
right.
But give me a reason. Give me something that
Let me
says
ask
it works.
you this though. On the other hand, I know you hated it beforehand, and we're not a fan of it. But if this hadn't happened, would you still feel this adamant about it?
I've always said that I don't like the reservation system, but I understand it.
Right.
But
now you don't, and you think it's a fucking joke now, and I understand why you think that.
I still have there are things that I didn't see as a big problem until this happened. For instance, not allowing people to cancel their thing the day of. That's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but I didn't see it as a big issue. But I was like, it's kind of dumb, but all right, whatever. I mean, cool. I don't like it, but you're doing it.
I mean, you can wake up and honestly have COVID. Oh, I woke up, didn't feel good, took a COVID test. You want me to come to Disneyland still because I
don't want me to come to Disneyland.
You don't want me to come to Disneyland with COVID, but I have to because I'm going to get a mark on my pass if I don't show up. You should be able to cancel.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the reservation system, but I understood it enough that it's like, all right, I guess this is the new way. But then having to fall into this rut and realize, damn, even falling into it, you can't get out of it. Like, come on, like, and it opened my eyes. I mean, to use a word that everyone likes to use wrong, I'm going to use it wrong, and I was woke on the reservation system. Complete parody. Don't kill me in the comments. It was a joke. Kind of parody on everybody else using the word wrong. But I really think, like, come on, man. Like, this is stupid. You can't cancel the day of. And again, now I'm like, give me one good reason the reservation system works. And you can't.
You really can't. But
there's nothing.
Because Disney says so. That's about the best
That's
answer I have for you. It's about the only answer I have for you.
Exactly. And all praise to King Iger. I mean, here we go.
This is Josh, dude. I think Josh
that's
and Bobby.
so for me that your experience seems that can't be typical because for me, like, okay, I'm a whole other state away, right? as most people who do travel to Disney, a lot of them fly in, family vacation, and everything else. A lot of them do the booking and everything else. Planes, there's all kinds of reasons to cancel or to postpone. Like we had it with Kevin Van Hook. He got stuck in San Francisco.
Right.
If he had to be at Disneyland that day, is he really SOL because of the Disney rule? Is that how that works?
According to their rules,
David, I was
according to
at
their
the
rules,
ticket
you
booth,
cannot cancel
and
a
they were like,
reservation the day of.
they're like, can you pull up your email for the confirmation number? And at this point, I'm almost 99% sure that I didn't hit the last green light that says, yes, I really, really want this date. And that was on me. I accept that. But at the same time, now I'm at the gates and I can't get reservations. There's probably a family of 5 that decided not to go because, hey, we're not feeling good. I could have used those tickets if they were able to cancel. So I will own that it's on me, sure. But like you just shared, there's no backup plan or anything in place for somebody to like, fuck, let me just try. Let me just see if there's some Hail Mary. No. You get to the gates of Mordor and it's like, no, you shall not pass.
Did you go to the ticket booth or anything like that and try to?
I went to the ticket booth and asked Dan to pull my account. It seemed like the gentleman was, and I will give credit to that cast member, I don't remember the name. It seemed like they were trying to do something, but they're like, oh no, everything's maxed out today. So it did seem like they were trying. So I will give them that. Yeah. They did not reciprocate that the fullest, but I mean, it's mind blowing. And Kevin mentioned it here in the chat. Like they already do this in Orlando, where they have free days, or after this time you can come in.
Yeah,
that Sunday would have been those days where it's like it's after 5. We went to a Dodgers game. Maybe I should have went to a Dodgers game. That's what fucked me up. But just saying, like, come on, like it's after 5. The parks are dead. We have YouTubers in there filming on how dead the parks are. Like, drop the reservation system. Guess what? Me personally, I think the parks will be still less crowded because now they don't have to rush and be there on the reservation days. They weren't that busy before. Weekends were busy. Weekdays were dead. And I don't know. At this point, though, Disney, give me a reason why the reservation system works, because you can't say it's for cast members.
I told you to send them an email.
Not working.
I told you to send them an email.
Yeah, I'll send them an email.
Actually, you should. 100% you should send them an email.
I'll send them an email with the new intro and like, here's my calling card. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm being for real. Some people do obviously like, why bother? There's literal departments and stuff that do look at.
I feel like you would get an answer. They would answer you for some
that,
reason to tell you why they do what they do. And at this point, I'm just curious what they would say. You know,
I don't disagree, Tyler. I mean, I get that it's a locals park, so therefore, if it's overcrowded with locals, tourists don't come. I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, I feel like the magic of Disneyland is knowing it's a smaller locals park, and that's why people come. I don't think we have a single attraction. If I'm being honest, I don't think there's a single attraction that people come out here that I want to ride that. I think it's coming out here because this is Walt's Park. This is a smaller park. It's the vibe you catch at Disneyland. I don't think there's a single e-ticket attraction in our parks here in California that people are like, I can't wait to go to California to ride that. I don't think so. If I'm being honest, I think they come for that vibe of, damn, I can almost reach across Main Street with my small group. I think it's that small vibe, like this is unique. But I don't disagree. I do think in Disney's eyes, they want to. Indiana Jones. Yeah, we love the chiropractor.
If it's open.
Yeah. So I think Disney looks at it though. At that point, it's like, hey, we got to keep the locals miles.
He's poking the bear right now.
I mean, I think Cars Land is visually beautiful.
Cars Land is garbage. Just ask the Blurred Hulk.
I think the attractions. Again, all these. So we got people in the chat mentioning Indiana Jones, Cars Land.
First of all, I never said Cars Land was garbage. I just said that would be a suitable place for Avatar Land.
I think all of these rides you mentioned are rides that people want to come see just to experience, but I don't think they're pushing at the gates to see anything. Even Cars Land. I think Cars Land is a beautiful land thematically, but the attractions are pretty cookie cutter rides. I mean,
you wait till Tiana opens up with all that purple and yellow and green. That's going to be beautiful at night.
I would be lying, and I'll say it here. I would be lying if I didn't say I was mildly excited about Tiana's, just because they went old school animatronics with it. I'm really stoked for that.
It's going to be,
Yeah, they did. So we'll go to a new cup since we got the people going. And we had a much milder topic to talk about if you guys have time. If not, we will save this one for next show. All right.
I got nothing but time, bro.
Portos. Is Portos baked?
Uh,
So rumors is going around that Portos is trying to pull out from their downtown Disney spot. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is fake. There's just been a few YouTubers. Now, granted, YouTubers are looking for views, but
See,
some
no, I've heard
YouTubers-
different things. I haven't heard. I've heard that they want to pull out. I've heard that there's just issues. That there's that, and I watched it. I watched OJ Orange Grove 55 today with Danny was on there, and they were talking about this. And Danny was very upset about Portos. He mentioned Portos like 10 times on this YouTube show. But
So, I don't think they're trying to pull out. I don't think they're like, we want out. I think Disney wants them to mold to the Disney way, and they are not trying to do that. I think I think that there's issues between the two creative. I think they want a 2-story building, and Disney doesn't want to do that.
for those of you that don't know what Portos is, David, I'm not sure you do. Portos is a bakery I'm not sure where they're based, but they have, I know there's one in Buena Park. There's one in Burbank. I wasn't introduced to a Portos until my birthday when we were down there with Lewis and Nicole, Hal, Tanya, and everyone. Hal took us to Portos in Burbank because part of my birthday was we were touring Burbank, and Portos is pretty badass. I'm not going to lie. We were just gnawing on those potato balls that have like meat in them, and the sandwiches were good. The cakes were. This bakery has people like lined up down the street to get into it all the time. Very, very good, but it's so fucking cheap too. And they announced at the end of D23 that Portos is coming to downtown Disney, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" They sent people home with food from Portos, like little snacks to try. It would be great, but it's so I don't see how it can work there with the size and the space they would need. She makes a good point. The ESPN zone could work because it's a bakery, and they're not gonna be able to truck all this stuff in. I think that's the problem. Is that Portos probably thought at first we could truck this in, and then they're like, "Nah, we can't," and we need to be able to bake here, and there's no room to build a bakery on Disneyland Resort property. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, so there's so many things that I think Portos wants to do, because Portos, from the few that I've been to now and heard about it, it's very culturally based.
Yeah.
The foods that they serve are representations of their people.
Mhm.
And that's why it's low price. It's why it's affordable food. It's good home style comfort food. And in order to, if they start trucking food in, it's gonna cost them a little more, and they're gonna have to fold to who they are. You could buy what do you call them, potato balls?
Yeah.
For like $1.50.
Like $1.50, and they're the best. You get like a dozen of them for like $10.
Yeah,
I'm like, we were gnawing on those things in the car, like for 3 hours after.
There's your problem right there.
Yeah, and
There's
so
there's the logistical nightmare right there. Is a conveniently priced, really
Exactly.
good restaurant competing with everything else at Disney. That doesn't bode well for Disney. That
People would
bodes
just sit there. People
extremely
would be
well
in
for
line
Portos.
all day long there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's that, and then also too, in order that, I mean, the when you go into the Portos, the few that I've been to, you see the entire movement of the process.
Yeah.
It's the making, the baking, how all this goes down, and they do need a big footprint, not just for the
Yeah,
customers.
where
that
they
are
want to
lined
put
up.
it is absolutely insane. It's not going to fit there. There's no chance in hell it's going to fit where they want to put it.
And I don't think Disney wants to let up off the pedal.
I
And
agree.
so therefore they're like, then we're out. Like I mean, Portos is making it without Disney.
Yeah.
They're not the city of Anaheim. They don't need Disney. It just would be a cool spot for them.
I
May
think
not be the right fit. I mean, it doesn't sound like. I mean, it sounds like Portos has a culture and an aesthetic, right? How they're designed,
there we
how
go.
their buildings are, and stuff, and then
Yep.
their pricing points and stuff. All
That's
of
college
those
does.
doesn't seem like that fits into the Disney element, unless Disney wants to make some exceptions.
Yeah.
They're too affordable. They probably need a lot bigger space because they're a true bakery and everything else.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit the Disney mold. It might not be culture. It might not be. It just sometimes two great things just don't match.
I'm not even sure the ESPN building could hold it, and that's a big building.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
the ESPN's building can,
Unless
But
they
you-
made the whole top floor a bakery. You know what I mean?
yeah, or you what you do is it's like all walk-up services, and you do outdoor tables and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like the bar style table.
I think it'd be great. It's so affordable and it's so good, and everything I've ever had from there is so good. And like I said, Danny was on that show and he talked about he thinks that they're going to completely redo the Esplanade with this whole Disneyland Forward project, because if they're going to bring in a Skyway or whatever from the other side off Harbor, I don't know how the Esplanade's going to hold all this.
And that right there. So Kevin just shared. You would think they'd have known all this before signing them up. It's not like Portals is new. And see, that's
I
kinda
don't
like
think they thought Disneyland Forward was gonna go through like it did, and
But
I
I
think
also-
that they're trying to pivot on a bunch of things now. I think Disneyland Forward is a reason why Portos might not come.
But see, that goes back to the top of the show. I think Disney is pivoting on a lot of things in their industry where they're like, nope, whoa, hold on. I mean, if we look at all the topics we discussed today.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of pivoting or things they should be pivoting on that they're not.
No, I agree. I hope it happens somehow. I don't know how it could happen. Even when they first said it, I'm like, where's it going to go? They're like, oh, where Earl Sandwich is. I'm like, it's not going to fit there. There's no way. You would have to have truckloads and truckloads coming from the other bakeries somewhere to bring all this. It does, Kevin. It really does. I disagree with you. I think it changes so much because of, I don't think they thought it was going to, I don't think they expected it to be approved. And so they were trying to pivot and give people something to be excited about, which was Portos and Din Tai Fung and all that stuff, which is there. Din Tai Fung is there. And I guess they redid the entryway, the security over that side of downtown Disney. I don't come in that way usually, so I don't know much about it. But
I don't think I'm on the opposite. I don't think Disneyland Forward changes the footprint of downtown Disney, because downtown Disney is locked in where it's at. Because on the opposite side of the hotel,
it's all relative to the same thing. It's all going to fit together.
But they're not expanding that nowhere. The only place they could is if they take over the Esplanade, which we know they're not going to do that, because those are the two gates for DCA and Disneyland. They can't go towards Disneyland Hotel because
there's a lot of empty space right there in that Esplanade. You watch.
But I mean, then are they moving the main gates?
Hey, you can't move the main gates. How the hell would you do that? You can't do
So
that.
then you need the Esplanade, because those lines, when the lines for summertime, those lines take up that Esplanade. So you can only do so much there, and you can't go towards Disneyland Hotel because behind Disneyland Hotel is already been mapped out for theme park land. So downtown Disney is stuck where it's at. That little L shape that they're building into now is about all they can put into, because the rest of it, they're going to try to utilize that for theme parks. So I don't know. I think downtown Disney is kind of stuck where it's at, unless they just get rid of it completely, which I doubt that's an
No.
So
I think the Eastern Gateway project is going to change downtown Disney. That's just my opinion. You watch.
I don't think so. That's the opposite side. That's the bus route.
But not for long.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the Eastern Gateway would come in.
That's what I'm saying. That could be more downtown Disney property right there, off of where all those buses come right now. Everyone thinks it's going to be theme park land. It doesn't have to be. It could be more downtown Disney. It could be more shops. It could be fucking Portos right there. I mean, you just don't know what their plans are at this point.
I'll give you that. But if that's the plans and the work, then Porto doesn't need to pull out, because they would get the space they want.
Well, I think this is all just speculation right now. Anyway, I haven't heard any. And like you said, it's some YouTubers trying to throw it out there.
Yeah, but I mean,
nothing has been. I mean, it is true. Nothing's been set with Earl of Sandwich either. They've moved 3 times. In the past 4 years, something like that. But
I mean, this Portos thing. I mean, yes, these YouTubers are just looking for views. I will give you that. But these people telling these YouTubers are also looking for their own street cred. Like, oh, I'm friends with so and so. So if you know something, you're gonna throw it out there because it gets you that street cred. It gets you that. Hey,
I agree.
So I think
is nobody quoting anybody from?
No, it's all just speculation.
From
all
Portos.
just speculations.
Yeah,
but let's be honest though. These YouTubers are not always nail on the head, but they're in ballpark.
Oh, they know people. A lot of
Exactly.
those people know people who know things.
So
First,
even if
Not
you-
enough to get someone on the record. Just,
No, that's something to get someone on the record. But if they're saying Portals is trying to pull out, I would say the only thing is that you would say that you could take to the bank is Portals is probably not happen. It's more likely to not happen than to happen.
see,
I would-
that's a big business and news kind of. Okay, I don't know Portals. I don't know. But as far as business and stuff goes and stuff, I think there should be a little bit more, whether it's an insider or anything else versus just some YouTube speculation. For this is business. This is actual business related.
I
news.
think if I had to put a date on it, I think we will find out an official answer by the end of summer when the rest of the construction opens up from downtown Disney for Din Tai Fung, the store, all that. Once they're done there, if we don't see walls going up anywhere else in downtown Disney, I would almost say I'm 75% sure that Portals isn't coming. Right now, you could say it's not coming because Earl of Sandwich has that little bungalow that they're not utilizing right now. But at the same time, too, if Din Tai Fung goes up and all those and walls come down on downtown Disney and that's a wrap, I would say I'm more confident that Portals isn't happening. Because it may not be happening right now because there's already a bunch of construction on the opposite side. Okay, fair enough. So I would say once those open, if we don't see walls go up within 30 days, because obviously you need 30 days when you file your what's it called?
Permit?
You file for the town when you're building new things.
Permit.
Permit. So if walls come down and you don't see walls go back up within 30 days, I would say Portals is either really far out or more likely than not coming. That's my guess. Because now you got Tortilla Joe's that's sitting empty. You got the ESPN zone that's been sitting empty. I mean, if you're giving Earl of Sandwich a bungalow and you're not building nothing, what's really going on?
That's actually not. You just hit on something. You have to file your plans before you even apply for permits and stuff like that, and that's public record. You can look that up well before that 30 days and stuff.
is that true?
If
I thought you just asked for the permit and then you file the plans.
No, you file your plans and then you you pay for your permits and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I think June 7th, we're going to see a lot. We're going to see a lot of stuff happening June 7th, which is 30 days after Disneyland Forward was. You're going to see a lot of things, a lot of permits filed, and a lot of plans for put out there. I don't think it's dead yet. I hope it's not. I hope they can make it work because I think Portos is cool. It'd be a cool addition. Maybe Portos and Disney both realized if we actually do this, it's going to just completely bottleneck wherever they put it because it's so fucking popular.
I think if they, I want Portals to go because Portals is affordable food and all that.
Yeah.
But if Portals is not authentically Portals, don't even bother.
I agree, and I agree with you there too.
Yeah, don't even do it because people are going to see that. And again, I know I'm not trying to like hate on everything Disney does, but if Portals is forced to fit the Disney way, I think that's going to do more harm to the brands than good for the brands because that's going to be an obvious thing. Like, hey, why did you guys do this? Stop.
Good point.
And I think it'll hurt them.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
It would harm Portals more if they had to. Yeah.
So with that though, guys, we don't do the unbirthday requests no more. The Matt Tea Party name it's going to stay the same. The Undisputed Vibe is going to come back. You are going to see mild changes to the show leading up to season 5, but the aggressive arguments are back. The odd Tim Burton vibe is gone. I apologize for that midlife podcast crisis. But we are back with the Matt Tea Party. And with that, you guys have anything else before we close it out?
Thank you for making the changes.
Yeah, no, I had a blast.
That intro is dope. I want to hear it again.
We are going to close out with that intro. We are working on an outro for this show, so it won't be always that way. But just for tonight's sake and possibly the next show if we're not done, we'll close out with the intro. But again, guys, I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed your popcorn. But next time, bring your questions and bring your opinions as we close out the show. You guys have a good night and see you guys soon.
To all who come to this happy place,
Burn it down!